Yeah. Move on.
Move on to another topic. What else did you have? You wanted to talk about?
Oh man, that Will and Jada stuff, man. I'll listen, man. You're gonna get two men's perspective on this because I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I'm hurting for Will, bro. We all saw the meme of Will with the red eyes sitting at the table, just his expression like this. I was like, man, that must be a 24/7 expression in his household these days, man. The way this woman is ridiculing him publicly, it's amazing, man. But what do you think about it?
So I think people did not. To be fair, I think you have to listen to the content of the whole thing. I think sometimes nowadays in our generation, what we do is we take a glimpse, and not even we, the media take a glimpse out of the whole conversation, and they make it the headline, and people just go in. And I think that's what happened in that instance, because when I looked at it, it was the Red Table, Jada Pinkett show, where she invited, I think, Gwyneth Paltrow because she has a show coming up, and she was talking about, how, I think keeping the sexual, whatever, I can't remember what it was, but she was basically trying to say, like, you expect your husband to know everything when it's not like that. But she wasn't really taking a shot at Will. That's the way I took it. She wasn't really taking a shot at Will. But because of what happened in the past already with the entanglement situation, the thing about...
That's my thing, though.
Exactly. August Alsina, and then certain things where people feel like she's putting too much of the
Yes, that's it. The street, I was like, yo, don't even mention that. Don't even mention, if I'm Will, I'm like, don't even mention my name out there no more. Plain and simple. I understand that you got a talk show, it's popular, and obviously you want to be open. But at the end of the day, like, yo, it's already hot in the streets for us. Let's not add more gasoline into the fire.
I think she want people to relate to them. I think where it is, and I cut you off, it's just like, she want to maybe make people realize that they are as human as we are, because sometimes we see celebrities on a pedestal, but don't you think, like, by bringing their relationship problems to the table, you call the Red Table, it shows that I have the same issues that you guys have, just because we have money or whatever, but we kind of have the same issues. You know what I mean? Like, it makes them more vulnerable and more human. Don't you think there's an aspect to that? That's why she does it in the detriment of her fat.
But my point is, listen, maybe that's fine, and that's 1,000% fine. But I just wonder how Will thinks about this.
Do you think he cares, though?
I'm just wondering. Because as a man, I would be like, yo, man, we already had all this stuff out in the open. Me personally, I would like to deal with that behind the scenes. Let's not put so much out there in the open. Because say all that August Alsina stuff had never happened, and she just said that real quick on the Red Table Talk. That's fine. A conversation like that is 1,000% fine. Listen, like, as far as just pleasing, having pleasing a woman sexually and all that kind of stuff, like, women's tastes can be very different as time evolves,
of course.
And it's not very easy as a man to always know what she wants. So that's fine. That's a normal conversation. But when it's repeated, this, that, and that, and I especially saw Will at that table, looking like he had the red eyes, bro. I was like, bro, he had the red eyes, bro. I was like, man, as much as the man looked like he was obviously doing that for his wife, he wanted to address and all that kind of stuff. But I was like, bro, this man look hurt, bro.
So you know what's funny? I could see why it looks bad, because a lot of people don't do as well. They don't necessarily do what I did. I'm trying to understand the full context of the things. Where if you go a year back, a lot of people in their mind is probably like, Will did not please her sexually. That's why she felt like she had to go take a young buck, to please her. That's what it comes out of. And it makes the whole family look bad, because now a lot of us had Will as the man. Like, if you're thinking about the career, the family, and all that, I think there's two guys, I mean, not necessarily men, but so society put on that pedestal is Will Smith and Barack Obama. You know what I mean? Those are the two guys that is just like, and Will Smith, a lot of people are like, oh, Jada Pinkett, she's bad. So he has the family, he has the kid, he has everything. And now it's just like, it's 20 years, 25 years of marriage, whatever, that people had, like, J. Cole in his song was just like, hey, I want that love, that Jada,
that Will and Jada love.
That Will and Jada love. And now everybody's just like, man, everybody's just like looking at Will like,
I want a wife, but not the one that Will got. Something I mean, I'm seeing that everywhere, but I'm like, but I think the overarching conversation, and then we can maybe get into that, is also just the fact that marriage is a tricky thing, man, because long-term relationships, because when you enter a relationship, right, often it's very passionate, y'all discovering each other, and you're really enjoying that person, et cetera, et cetera. But as more and more time passes, some of that spark disappears, bro. Some of that still spark disappears.
People see, that's what I'm saying.
And a lot of people can't necessarily make that distinction and think critically, and they'll just go on social media and make jokes and all that kind of stuff, sure. But the conversation around that is, I'm sure anyone in long-term relationship can understand that. That's why I've heard it from a number of people say like, yo, if you're going to be with someone long-term, make sure this person can really be your friend. Really be your friend. Because there may be times where that passion is going to dissipate, and you just have to make sure you can still be around that person and then make the effort to regain some of that passion.
Right.
So I think maybe that's probably what those two are going through, plain and simple.
I mean,
or even maybe they've just acknowledged that, okay, our passion is gone, and let's just be partners at this point.
So,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I think Will, you know what's even more sad the more you read into it, it's just like Will has done an interview with GQ, you know, when he actually opened up himself about it, because I'm sure he got a lot of backlash about that. So he talked about because they're in the open marriage. I don't know if people know, but apparently it was her idea to have the open marriage. And Will has being raised as a Christian or something like that. He was so against that idea. So he had to really, I mean, I guess I don't know what term he used, but he was basically trying to say that he had to come into terms with it that, we can both do our own thing. So that's when he make it really look bad. It was really like, because a lot of people are basically saying he wasn't the first choice. And there's the whole thing with the Tupac and all that. But anyway, to get back to what you're saying about marriage, I want to say, I think a lot of people in our generation romanticize relationship a little too much. I think that's just what it is. They're like, we're going to have sex for 20-something years. We're going to do 30 years. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying it's just like you said, a long relationship takes a lot of commitment, takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of compromise, and a lot of people forget about that. It's just like, if you're planning on being with someone for that long, your sexual need, we became very selfish in a way. It's like your sexual needs sometimes going to have to take a back seat sometimes. You know what I mean? There are certain things in your relationship for you guys to create that is going to take a lot of sacrifice. I think a lot of people, they see relationship. It's so, and it says so much about how much the dynamic of relationship has evolved. Because back in the days, you know, how do you explain this? I feel like people needed each other more than what it is now. Whereas now, as you know, we have the pyramid of the Maslow hierarchy. You know what I mean? Like the need, you said, like the food.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, I'm sorry, man. I don't really know what. Anyway.
I know what he's talking about.
But basically, just like, I think a lot of us in these Western societies, we reach a level where we're so high that now you hear a lot of people just like, if my sexual needs are not met day one, I'm out. You know?
It's just like we have so many options. We have so many options, and people, and in the past, I think what you just try to say it more succinctly. In the past, people would just find one person, and even if they're not getting everything, they stick through it, and then they work, and then as opposed to today, I think a lot of people are just fine just giving up with something with someone, and then trying to find that one thing they're not getting with their partner somewhere else, because they're like, option is here, option is there.
But I don't even think it's just an option. I just think that's what I'm saying. I think that we have evolved so much in a society that's just that nowadays we are a lot more selfish in the way we love, in the way we decided to choose our partner. You know what I mean? Where you think that. That's what I'm saying. You romanticize where you think you're going to have everything out of someone. You're going to have someone's going to be financially secure. You're going to be on your spiritual level. He's going to be your sexual partner for 20, 30 years. How the hell do you know these? Like, how do you know that? What I'm trying to say is what make a relationship last. I mean, the sexual aspect. Let's not act like sex is not very important, because it is. You know, it is. But what I'm trying to say is. Man, I don't want to get into this. I was going to talk about certain conversation about, you know, if two people can be, you know, sexually compatible for 20, 30 years. Because like you said, you can very much, you know, have crazy sex for the first 5 years of a relationship, but then real shit happens. Exactly, like you guys start having kids, you know, you both have your careers. There's so many things that comes between the two of you guys that, you know, what's next of yours? But
I do think that the premise of having options takes into it comes into the argument that you have, because we're more selfish in what we want, but I think that a lot of people wouldn't even realize that what they will want from this and that, or like whether it's sexually or, you know, a partner that may make this certain amount of money or this and that. they may not be aware that there's more out there for them to explore if we didn't have all the options that we have through social media, this, that, and that.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's that's why relationships nowadays are really, really tough, man, because every single day, and this is the whole thing about Western culture where we're being marketed stuff nonstop. Every single day we think that, and this is really the thing about the American dream, that you can have it all. But that whole you can have it all mentality, that can have very detrimental aspects in terms of your dating life.
So, having said that, so do you think so basically to you it's a bad thing what she's doing of putting her relationship businesses out there like that?
Listen, for me personally, I can only judge myself, try to put myself in that chair as her partner. If it was just like,
you don't feel like they know what they're doing.
I think it's
you don't feel
too
like
much.
You don't feel like we'll co-sign all these things.
But that's
you know
that's the next thing. Like, yeah, maybe it's just marketing. Maybe it's all that kind of stuff. Obviously, because
people talk about it. We're talking about it. It create headlines.
Yeah, true.
So
true. I'm just saying that me personally, if I was in that chair, I would be like, come on, man. Come on, that's
it keep the show alive, man. That red table talk, man. It keep the show alive, man.
I know. I'm just really intrigued to see how Will feels about all this, because the way that he was just dead on that's the only image that I remember, man.
Look bad.
When he was he looked dead during that interview, man.
Hold on.
I was like, I understand Will is an actor. Maybe he did that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yo, maybe they were giving each other high fives, like, yo, we killed that, bro. We did it. Maybe it is that, but I'm putting myself in that situation. I wouldn't want.
Because they've been in this marriage for so long. So the thing is, they know what it is. They know each other. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's hard for me. It's hard to believe that he didn't see any of that coming. And again, I'm pretty sure that she can't just say all these things and he doesn't know. Well, me, that's just my perspective. It's just like Jada, let's just be real. Like Jada, he is who she is because of Will today. I don't even think that the show she had, bro. Would she really be here? Would she really be Jada if she wasn't for Will? If it wasn't for Will?
Yeah, I mean,
would she have that show if it wasn't for Will Connect? I'm asking because I don't want people to like kind of be like,
how many movies have they done together? I'm trying to.
It's not about movies, just a connection.
No, I know.
You was Miss Wife.
But I mean,
you was Miss Wife.
Yeah, obviously.
How many movies? How many top 10 movies? How many hit movies she had? Okay, we got Set It Off. What else we got?
Okay, good point. Yeah, she probably
small part in Matrix too.
Yeah,
but people probably don't even remember it was her.
Yeah, definitely she.
What else she got?
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
You see,
you're right. I'm just trying to remember because I kind of liked her roles before she met Will, but anyway, but yeah, I mean. Yeah, maybe that's what it is, man. Because at the end of the day, like you always say, everything is a rollout, man. Everything is a rollout. Everything is promotion. That's
what the world
America.
Has become. So if you notice, I'm pretty sure this is why goes back to this capitalism. Will didn't even have social media and any of these stuff.
And now he is.
But he realized exactly. But he realized it's the wave. The YouTube, you can go. Please go ahead. The YouTube, the Twitter. Why? Even the Cristiano. A lot of these people, they were just like, social media is the new wave. You need to get on that. That's why I'm just like. It'd be hard for me to believe that he doesn't have some sort of a say or he doesn't know what's going on. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. That's very well possible and likely, even for that possible. Not
clicks, man, and people keep on. I'm telling you, we have this fascination about drama in society that we don't want to talk about. That's why these Real Housewives and the Kardashian or have so many seasons, because we love to seeing other people fuck up shit. We love to see that.
But hold on.
Think about it.
But okay, hold on. But taking that out of that
and now it's
context,
2 celebrities. Go ahead.
Taking that out of that particular context, if it was you in that chair, because I can only speak about like what would happen from a general standpoint, not necessarily just Will and Jada. You know what I'm saying? For me, it would be like if I was in that position and my wife was doing that, like publicly telling everybody our business from this and that, and like from a nonstop perspective, I would eventually have a problem with it.
But again, if you didn't know. What if you know? That's the thing, we don't know. But if it was me,
of course
I would have issues with it. It's just like you putting my business out
there.
Yeah. What's next? You're going to tell me the position we've... Like, Of course I would have a problem with it. Because it's just like you really... Because the thing about it is, at the end of the day, we're not known. So we can say whatever and walk our life and just be fine. Whereas wherever he goes, that thing follows him. Your children have to hear about this thing. You know what I mean? That's where you really get.
That's my biggest thing. Like, yo, my kids might have to go to school, and exactly. That's my thing. But ultimately, like you said, you're probably right from that standpoint, because they're celebrities and they live off content. They live off people, checking out what they got going on and this and that, and yeah. It creates headlines.
People keep coming back to that thing.
Like Jada's a master of that, man. Because I'm sure she's seen, like, listen, we don't know what really happened between her and Tupac. But now whenever Tupac's birthday come up, she like, yo, here's this poem he wrote me, this really heartfelt poem he wrote thinking about me in jail.
He been dead for like 25 years, 30 years. This man is the most alive person that's been dead for. I'm telling you, yo. The dude's been dead for 30 years.
Man, they sucking the blood out of Pac. He's right there in the grave, and they still suck.
I'm telling you,
leeching off this guy.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So, I don't know, man. It's just like me, the Red Table. This show is, I don't know, because that's why people follow.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why people follow. If you remember, anyway, I'm not even going to get on that, but they find a way, like you said, they find a way to have content, and that's what the show is about. There wouldn't be any show if people are not honest and not vulnerable, because she shares some really, stuff with her mom, with her daughter. You're just like, wow.
That episode was crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
That episode was crazy.
I didn't even watch it. But people are still following because people love to see that. They love to see that. So in a way, they're giving people what they want to see. Because I feel like in a way, people realize that it's not just my life that's fucked up. It's not just my life that has, you know what I mean? If they're on the level where they are, they also have this. Because a lot of people, you think about it, they always see relationships. This is where, again, going back to some of the society we live in, is a lot of people see celebrities, I want this relationship. They both look great, they have the body, they have the money, they have to have the perfect relationship. It's like, why do you guys glorify? And that's probably going to be something I would love to talk about at one point, the glorification of celebrities in society. Celebrities are like God nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even religion anymore. I feel like celebrities has become our new God. You see what I'm saying? Where us, because we don't care.
I mean, it's always, when you look at history, and this, let's not talk about it. Let's save that for a next episode, because I think we can go deeper into that topic, because all I was going to say is that if you look at history, there were always certain figures, human figures, that others looked at this crazy level. But I think that's something that capitalism brought into play.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We can keep it for another.
But let's keep that. That's a very interesting topic that we'll probably check out for the next episode. Because we can elaborate on that for a very long time.
I'm telling you, it has to do with the glorification of society, where people think that because they look again, same thing, Jay-Z and Beyonce. But we'll keep it. We'll definitely keep it for another episode for sure, because this is
what else, man? What else you got?
We got I think there's one that I wanted to slide in